What's good, guys? If you're like me, you've probably seen a lot of exaggerated and overblown day-in-the-life videos, and I thought, hey, why not show people what's really like day in, day out for a startup founder? Not just the highlights, but the entire journey, and bring some people along. For context, I'm a software engineer working on an AI-powered fitness app called Axiom, and I'm in an SF-based accelerator called Aleph, which has backed many million-dollar companies and is associated with some of the most well-known apps, including Cal AI. Now, if you want to see exactly what I'm working on, feel free by all means to skip ahead, but I really do want to go through my day in life first before I tell you the nitty-gritty details. I start my mornings off the same way every single time, just to de-stress, hit the gym. Today was a heavy hamstring and glute day. A side note, I just have a big thing where it's like, man, if you're in the fitness space, you need to be in shape. Like, this has to be your world as much as you're trying to sell to it or be a part of it. Like, before all this, I was a gym bro. I still am a gym bro, and I just had this image in my head. I'm like, when trainers are like fat, I just cannot take them serious. And I feel the same applies to founders. Like, you have to be one of us to really contribute to one of us, you know? It's like a mutual respect thing. Anyways, just driving home, you know, nothing too fancy, but it was a rainy day, so just getting home, eating my protein, low-key some pistachio spread was really nice. Took the floof out for a bit of a walk. He's a little goofy guy. We have this like game, it's not really a game, he just gets his toys and runs around, or a stick in this case, but alright, locking in now. Today we had a guest speaker, super exciting. Blake Anderson from Cal AI come in and talk to us. Obviously Cal AI, one of the biggest apps in the fitness space by far, millions of users, sold to MyFitnessPal, led by Imran, who's one of the founding members of Aleph himself. Super informative experience, just like learning a lot of gems about distribution and whatnot. Then I headed down to what I like to call my office. It's really just a glorified co-working space. It's very humble, it's very cute, it has some plans, but... So I'm just doing some feature work here. For my site, I'm using TypeScript and JavaScript with Claude Code, obviously. For my app, React Native for cross-platform distribution. And finally, here, now I'll describe exactly what I'm building at a high level. I felt an issue with essentially every fitness app is none are tailored to people who truly love the gym. And by this, I mean they're going consistently 4 to 6 days a week, or they're beginning and highly motivated. There's no truly elite personal training experience without paying thousands for a trainer. With AI though, this changes. With AI trained on top certification curriculums like NASM, ACE, and leading medical research papers, we're able to recreate the elite personal training experience and more. For example, strength profiling. As users log their workouts, using their reps, sets, and weights, we're able to learn about them and build a profile over time, and not just visually show them, but down to the sub-muscle group level and identify and be proactive for weak points, weak movements, strong points, strength ratios, and more. Your data means something, and we show you how to constantly optimize your system or your body, which is your strength profile. Similarly with nutrition, I felt there was a serious lacking in the industry for in-depth analysis of people's diet. Sure, it's cool to see macros, protein, carbs, fats, right? But not all food is equal build-wise. And things like amino acids, choline levels, micronutrients in the food have serious impacts on cognition, performance in the gym, mood throughout the day, and sleep. These are just factors that are just as important as lifting when trying to achieve fitness goals. When users log food, we use AI to break down each meal in our backend, and we build a profile on them for all of our users and show how their diet is affecting them. Essentially providing you a self-learning top-tier nutritionist and personal trainer all in one. It's not a generic app, but a tailored continuous growth experience designed to take you to your genetic peak. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I would like to sit here and say, oh, my days are full of like yacht parties and investor meetings and like, you know, you're flying out to Silicon Valley for these like weird group orgies. Like, I don't know, like I think the movies portray it to be like you build this app and then you freaking become Mark Zuckerberg and you have $1 billion in your account. It's really not like that for the majority of companies, especially the ones that last a long time. To even get to that point where you exponentially grow, there's a lot of work behind the scenes. All these founders have failed many times, and when they did succeed, they were consistent and they have monotonous days. The same hard work applied day in, day out. At the end of the day, at this early and mid-level stage of a startup, you're focused on two things really: talking to your customers and building around your customers. And that is all you're really doing, and building distribution, you know. And the name of the game is consistency. The name of the game is how many of these hard days are you willing to take. That's why people say startups are painful. That's why they say it gets tough, because we're so used to this like short-term validation loop that we're not used to the extreme long validation that startups require. It's days, weeks, months, potentially years without anybody clapping for you. Like, are you ready for that? You know, and you have to be able to track your progress. You don't go insane. Like, I'm growing at roughly 3 to 5 users a day, thankfully, and I do track my progress mentally and whatnot. But it's half the battle is like mental. I say all this so to finally say there's nothing else I'd rather be doing. Like, if all my days were like this, where I do 2 things, and that's building my startup and the gym, I'm more than happy. I'm actually in love with that whole process and these repetitive days. They're not repetitive to me. I'm doing a new task every single day, and I'm working the cross intersection of the 2 domains I love. Anyways, I'm gonna head out. I hope to see you guys in the next video. Thank you.